Good evening. My name is John Yorty, and I'm here with Jacob Jinks. And Jacob, I have a question for you. When we first started this podcast, this idea, what was the original idea?
The original idea was exactly what we're doing right now. We are on the drive home, a live reaction from a movie.
A live reaction for the first time. And Jacob, I see no better voyage going home, no better telling as passengers, go check out that podcast, going on a journey away from the theater, much like the subject of the movie we saw tonight. So join us on this voyage, this travel, this embarkment, this more synonyms of that word, as we go on our very own ride home after watching the Odyssey.
All right. That is up there for me.
Okay, yeah. See, we were going into this with blind opinions. I feel similar. Is it the goat? No.
No.
But man, for a historical movie, that was beautiful.
It made me feel, one, it was shot beautifully.
Yes.
Two, I think IMAX, the people who get to see that in IMAX are truly blessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Three, Christopher Nolan is so good at what he does. It was so hard to look at that stuff and be like, there's actually like people behind the camera filming this. Like,
Right.
this isn't real. Like, this is people staging this. This is Christopher Nolan behind the camera. That's how I felt, and that's how good it looked on the big screen.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It looked really, really good. I think he is on a LeBron James level screen. He's an incredible storyteller. And you might say, well, he was just copying a story that already exists.
Yeah.
I tell you now, this movie brought the Odyssey to life more than reading it in school, going over it.
Yeah.
Actually seeing it, I felt like I received the message of the tale. I felt like I understood the Odyssey for the first time, and it's because it was shown so clearly, so beautifully, but so driven. Just even the story within it, it being an original story by Homer, it was something almost brand new to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that resonates with you.
Yeah. Like, one, so we read this in like 9th or 10th grade,
Yeah.
wherever.
Alabama educational
Yeah.
curriculum.
And it was hard for me to ever picture this in a movie setting or something that can be, outside of my imaginary, like what we think of like Greek mythology kind of deal.
Right.
Like really hard like concepts, but it's just like Christopher Nolan to me is the only person that has the gift to bring that to life to the big screen in as detail as he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was just, it's like, where do we want to begin? What do we want to talk about?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there that, like, to me, this is one of, and I really like what he did with Dunkirk.
Yeah.
I think he's a great historical teller of story. I think
Oppenheimer too.
Yeah. Yes. I think this is the greatest, like, mythological Greek historical piece of media.
Greater than Percy Jackson? Sorry.
Rick Riordan. I'm sorry, your throne might be taken. Rick Riordan, for your original story, really drawing it from scratch, I'll give it to you. But this was just amazing. And it's so hard to almost describe because I'm just like kind of soaking it in on the drive home. But
Yeah.
I think what was a scene that stood out to you? We'll start with that.
I thought the opening of the gate in Troy, of the intensity of, one, the music.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you kind of see it was a flashback at him telling the story with Calypso, him trying to figure out how he got there.
Right.
But just the intensity of that, of them being in the Trojan horse, and then the intensity of that whole fight scene, obviously that gets played out later in the film, like over time. And it's like kind of thrown back to like 3 or 4 times within that film, like one scene within that Trojan War or whatever. That, or I think the last when he comes home and wins that trial.
Yeah. Oh,
That, I
my
mean,
goodness.
that was him and
The thunder,
yes,
Zeus being right there.
yeah,
I like my mind was like, I'm here with Zeus hanging.
yeah,
Like I feel the Greek in me,
yes,
but quit. Like it was. I mean, it built up so well.
yes,
That final scene for me, that was intense. It was the best like climax to reach. Like it
yeah,
reached a peak, and I wasn't like let down.
yeah,
It was I felt the journey getting there, his voyage, his pains, and then the moment was there. It was so rich.
yeah.
It was a rich viewing experience.
What one scene, I think we both agree on this, made you feel uncomfortable?
I mean, if like right on the nose. And granted, I had to use the restroom, and I was trying to pick a moment where I was like, okay, I can miss this. Like I can go real quick. I was running. Jacob can tell you the speed I got down the stairs in the theater, Usain Bolt style.
Yeah,
But uh, they arrived at Cersei's cottage, and she was a woman, and he was hunting deer. I went to the restroom. I came back. Jacob just, I could tell, and I looked at the screen, and I had no idea what was going on. The transformation to animals was
really, really well done, but really gross.
it was yeah, it was well done. Oh gosh, it was too well done. Like
Ugh.
I was like, how did he do that?
Yeah, like the, I guess I'm not gonna say special effects because I couldn't tell you, besides maybe the Cyclops or whatever,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what was possibly CGI or anything like in the film.
Even the Cyclops, I
Looked
felt like
really
I
as good as you could get.
I felt like they almost did some weird like framing where it's a real big like a person,
Like weird camera
like
angles.
yeah,
Yeah.
camera angle, and it's a real person in a suit.
I could see that too,
Yeah,
actually.
it felt like that. Like the movements, it felt like a person wearing
Very
a costume.
unnatural, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was very
I will
uncomfortable
say
feeling.
that when he got stabbed in the eye, that destroyed my ears. His noise,
Oh, yeah.
man. But
So what did you feel about, so we heard a lot of, stuff prior to the movie about the casting.
yeah, okay.
What do you think about the casting? And then I'll ask you a follow-up question after this.
Fiend. I was so excited for Travis Scott. And you know what? I don't exactly know if he was just being like an oracle storyteller,
Yeah,
but he did a really great job.
I agree.
It was a minor role in the grand scheme of the entire movie, but I was like, dang,
If you're gonna give
very
him a role, I felt
respectable.
like that was really good.
Yeah, very respectable perform. I loved it. I do love that Travis Scott was in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate they didn't play sicko mode for the end credits, but you know, I think this is kind of the proof of it. Christopher Nolan has this track record. Everybody should want to be in his movies.
Correct.
And that was a star-studded lineup.
Yeah.
Matt, I loved everybody in there. I couldn't tell you who was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What's your opinion?
I think this was a big time grown up role for Tom Holland.
I agree. I think getting out of Spider-Man.
And even though Spider-Man was one of the first, trailers we saw in the theaters, but this to me is his like
It's his
post Spider-Man career.
He did great.
And another thing is, I think this is up there for one of Matt Damon's best roles.
Yes, I think Matt Damon.
I think this is going to win probably Best Picture. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff coming out this year. Yeah. A lot of Marvel stuff, even though those probably don't win Best Picture very often. And I mean, he's been in a lot. Martian, small parts, Interstellar, Good Will Hunting. This is up there. This is, in my opinion, the Oscar, or is it? Yeah, that's right, the Oscar.
It's the Oscar.
I could see him winning.
I would love it for him too. It was excellent. I will, I commentate for picky. I like to be picky.
Yeah.
Because I think I know movies and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, like people whose performances I didn't really care for. Like, I didn't really necessarily think Zendaya had to be Athena. Also Athena's character didn't add too much.
I thought her character was just kind of like, I thought she would play a bigger role.
I thought she was going to play a bigger role.
As much as they advertised Zendaya,
and it just felt like they were plugging Zendaya to have Zendaya in it.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't as preferential to her being there, because of how small her role was versus how much. Yes.
Yeah.
It was like Zendaya. What a big name.
Yeah.
Um,
Great actor.
Great.
It's just she was like a filler part.
Yeah, it didn't really give me as much as maybe I was expecting. That's me being critical.
Yeah.
And along with criticality, of the trials he faced along the journey.
Yeah.
What was your favorite and your least favorite? Besides the final.
Okay, the least favorite to me
on three.
I think
I'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll both say it.
The least favorite one?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Calypso.
The monster thing with the arms.
Oh, okay, yes.
Didn't like
your reminder of that. Thank you. Yes, that was the worst.
I didn't like that.
That was weird.
It was very weird.
Okay, what was your favorite then?
Okay, this is gonna suck. I don't know if this is gonna resonate with everybody. 1, 2, 3. The Cyclops.
Mine was the I don't know the names of those people that in the woods.
The giants.
Soldiers.
The big people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the giants.
And the moving tree. The moving trees.
Jacob was
messing with my mind. I was like, 1, how did they do that? 2, I was just like, how gruesome that scene was
yeah
was very tough to watch.
I enjoyed it felt barbaric.
Yeah.
And they let that happen and they did it well. They could have shied away from a little bit of gore, like the Cyclops eating people's heads. And I don't know why I like the Cyclops. I think it was just like it's the first glimpse of Odysseus's cunning, his kind of intelligence. It was a smart, fun introduction to the story. Let's see.
What did you think about the music? Christopher Nolan's well known for his music and the score of the film.
Yes.
Do you think the score was good for the film, and was it one of those films that, because Interstellar is really score heavy.
You got me. You know my commentary before my commentary.
Yeah. So how does it compare to, obviously Interstellar is up there for score. Everybody knows that. But do you think they could have done more? Or do you think it was just right for what they were trying to tell?
It was just right. Because you can't want to make Cornfield Chase.
Yeah.
For every film.
Or Stay.
Yeah, you can't. And you shouldn't strive to, or else I don't think it's really going to work.
Yeah.
He plays the music for the right stories. And I think right here, I loved it with the scenes, especially like the sunset in the west.
Yeah.
It felt very like
adventurous,
but the music wasn't like developed. It felt like the ancient music in a way. Like it was a little simple with like the little I feel like it's like fluting and stuff.
Yeah.
It fit the period piece he was trying to show.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that.
So with this film being out and Oppenheimer being the latest one outside of this one from Christopher Nolan, where do you put this on your list of his specifically?
Dang. And it's kind of weird to say Mementos for. I'm just kidding. I do love Memento though.
I think Memento is his second highest or third highest rated, like Rotten Tomatoes scored film.
It's a great movie. Interstellar just has this like weird. It's so secure in my heart.
Yeah.
My wife loves that movie.
I think everybody's going to argue that Interstellar is probably the best film.
It's hard.
Holds up.
Yeah, it's hard to make it like you can't beat it. But this movie was really cool.
Yeah,
it was cool too. It was a great story and great telling of it. It was just really really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm putting it at my number 2.
Okay.
How about you?
I would say I loved Oppenheimer. I think Interstellar's up there. I think Insomnia is up there, and also The Prestige. I think it's in the mix for a running of maybe his second or third best film. I think I would have to go back and maybe watch some others. I still have not seen Tenet, so
I haven't either.
That one's
Travis Scott did the closing song on that.
He's just
they're like friends, man.
Yeah, so there's still some on Christopher Nolan's like list I haven't seen, even though Tenet has a good score as well. But I would say in the mix for second or third. So
I got a question.
Yeah, shoot.
Talking about creepy scenes, was there anything maybe creepy during the movie that happened to you?
Yeah, so we aren't gonna tag the specific AMC, but middle of the film I felt this like itchy, like for most guys they know because like the hair on their legs will like sometimes itch in a weird way. It wasn't this time. It was a cockroach, and I didn't know it until you.
Yeah, it got both of us, dude. Jacob said afterwards, he was like, I just brushed it off. I like felt, I thought my shoelaces on my tennis shoes were like brushing my
aglet.
My aglet was tickling my shin.
Shout out Phineas and Ferb.
Hey, AGLET, don't forget it. I like go to grab them and I'm like, cockroach, dude. It killed me.
Yeah, that was
so we sat for like 40 minutes with our legs raised. It was crazy.
No hate on AMC, but it just happened to be in an AMC.
Yeah, it just happened to be.
Yeah, so would you recommend this? Okay, so this was a lengthy film, 2 hours and like 54 minutes, very long. Would you recommend this to somebody who, isn't interested into Greek mythology or
Absolutely,
whatever?
yes. And that kind of I'm gonna prompt in my own question sub in. Like, did you I feel like that message was so heartfelt. It kind of resonated with me. Stood out.
Yeah.
How like the idea of the hunt of being an honest person.
Yeah.
And no, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start paying homage to Zeus, but the stories and lessons are still there.
That we hear over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The value of welcoming your guest and those kinds of things, and making a fair world in an unfair world was kind of the idea. And that world got corrupt when he used his own tricks to kind of backstab.
Yeah.
It felt like the tale of there's journey and strife, but like the work to become an honest man and realize your faults. It was, his honing of his sword as he went along to be the best he could be.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it like made me want to go put my helmet on and go battle. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, if they made like a little, like a desk kind of small Trojan horse logo, not like a logo, but like a thing you could just like paperweight almost.
Yeah,
I would probably buy one because their version or Christopher Nolan's like image of the Trojan horse is such a cool symbol for this film.
Yeah. Not the horse on wheels.
Yeah, that was
it was good.
Yeah. So, kind of wrapping thoughts overall, if you had to describe this movie in one word, what would you say?
One word? One word. I mean, like going into my score, I'm saying a lot of words right now. If I wanted people to know something about it, I'd say masterpiece. I would want them to watch it.
Okay.
If you ask me my score on my very changing Yordi scale, monkey scale 4, regular scale 5. Like I thought it. Like
Okay.
it's not my GOAT film. It's not like there are even other films beyond like Interstellar that I think are better than the Odyssey.
Yeah.
But it was something special.
Do you think this is gonna be how people view Gladiator? Like one of those kind of
I would yes.
on that level,
Yes.
like over time.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
It wasn't maybe as actionable. There was action, but it wasn't, as actionable as that. I feel like they focused in on the story.
The story of the
I
man.
did want to say how funny it was after they ran from the side. Like how many times Matt Damon's like, run! Like all of the trials were like, we gotta run away, get back to the ship. I thought that was pretty funny, but
yeah, I think out of 10, I'm leaning a 9.
Jacob's scale is more reliable, by
and
the way.
then a monkey scale, probably 3.5 or something like that. I'll be sure to do something on Letterboxd. I haven't done something on Letterboxd in a while, but this film is great. Highly recommend if you have not seen it. It is a longer movie, but it is worth it. Christopher Nolan again puts out another masterpiece in it, and I'm starting to think in my own head, we're watching a guy get into Steven Spielberg lore of. I know Steven Spielberg has not put out as consistent movies, since, the classics. But, the older we get, I think Christopher Nolan has already solidified himself as one of the best directors out as of right now and probably in history.
That mind, man.
And what he can do with IMAX, and I wish there was more opportunities to see stuff in IMAX. Besides, there's only 44. Yeah, IMAX. If you see this, please, we would love to see a movie in IMAX, specifically the Odyssey. But like that film is made for IMAX.
Yeah.
So kudos to Christopher Nolan and all the actors, Tom Holland, Matt Damon. Great job, great work. But any last comments?
Our next podcast is one you're sure gonna want to click on.
Yeah, stay tuned for that one. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube as well. And until the next episode, you've seen it all.